What if I told you that every organizing method you've ever tried was doomed to fail from the start? Then the books, the bins, and the weekend-long decluttering binges were never going to work for you. Not because you're messy or lazy or disorganized, but because the advice you were following was written for a total different type of person. For years we have been sold this idea of a one-size-fits-all solution to clutter. But that's like being handed a map to New York City and being told it will get you around London. You can follow the instructions perfectly, but you will always end up lost. The problem isn't your ability to read the map, it's that you were giving the wrong one. But what if you could finally get the map that was designed specifically for your mind? What if you could finally understand your own organizing personality? Well, for the first time, you can. I've developed a new framework and an app to go with it that will help you identify your unique type so you can finally get organized in a way that feels effortless. Stay tuned. The reason most organizing advice fails is that it focuses only on the what, the stuff. It skips over the most critical part of the equation, and that is you. Specifically, how your brain is uniquely wired to make decisions about your possessions. So, when you try to force a system that clashes with your inner wiring, you create cognitive dissonance. It's this exhausting feeling of being pulled in two different directions. The guilt of letting go versus the frustration of keeping things that you don't even use. And this exhaustion is a massive signal that the system, not you, is the problem. So, after digging into this, I realized the struggle always came down to a fundamental mismatch. People weren't asking the right questions before they even started. They were trying to use tools and methods designed for someone else's personality type. So I started mapping out the patterns that I saw, and from those patterns, a new framework emerged. It's a simple 2x2 matrix that reveals 4 distinct organizing personalities. Understanding which one you are is the missing piece. It's not about changing who you are, it's about finally giving yourself permission to work with your nature and not against it. Alright, let's break down the matrix that defines these personalities. Imagine a simple grid built on 2 axes, okay? The first axis is the vertical one. It represents why an item matters to you. This is the spectrum between meaning and function. If you lean towards meaning, you connect to items based on memory, on identity, or emotion. The question isn't, is this useful, but does this represent a part of me? Does this connect me to a person or to a memory? If you more lean towards function, on the other end, you connect to items based on pure utility or practicality. The questions are, does it serve a purpose for me? Or does it work well? Is it essential? The second axis, the horizontal one, represents how you best make decisions, especially when you're overwhelmed. This is the spectrum between system and intuition. If you lean towards system, you crave structure, you crave rules and logic to feel safe. You thrive with checklists, categories, and also defined limits, like deciding you only keep what fits in one specific box. If you lean towards intuition, your decisions are more based on feeling, on timing, on gut instinct. A rigid set of rules actually feels very restrictive to you and causes you to shut down. So you need to sit with an item and simply feel if it feels right or not. And if you combine these 2 axes, you get the 4 core personalities. And finding out which one you are is what genuinely changes the game. Now, these aren't just flexible tools. These are personality types. While you might have moments where you use a different approach, you have a primary natural way of operating. And knowing your type explains why you struggle and clarifies also what you need to succeed. So, the first one I call the anchor. And this personality connects to items through meaning and makes decisions using a system. If you're an anchor, you accumulate things because of your deep emotional attachments, because things have meaning for you. And letting go can feel like you're losing a part of yourself, so you hold on tight. The problem is, when it's time to declutter, you become too overwhelmed by your feelings to actually make progress. So asking an anchor how an item feels is useless because everything feels important to them. So what you need is a system that honors your feelings but gives you permission to let go. For example, deciding, I will dedicate one single beautiful box to my childhood photos, because this creates a safe anchor and it allows you to release the rest without feeling adrift. So the anchor person loves the meaning and really thrives on system because it makes the meaning for them way easier. The next on the other side is the lantern. This personality type connects to items also through meaning, but it makes decisions not with systems like the anchor, but with intuition. So if you're a lantern, you accumulate items because you're emotionally attached, like the anchor, and also you see a deep story in every object. But your struggle is that you can't be rushed by rigid methods like minimalism. Being forced by a timer or a strict checklist make you actually to shut down completely. You can't be asked to follow a system. You need to feel. What helps you is quiet, intuitive reflection. You need time to sit with an item and ask, how does this truly make me feel right now? The KonMari method Spark Joy question is actually a perfect example for a lantern, because it's all about illuminating your inner truth and not forcing an answer. So the opposite of that lantern, we have on the other side the compass. This personality connects to items through function and makes decisions using a system. So if you're a compass, you accumulate things because they are useful and also they serve a clear purpose for you. You are practical and also logical. But your struggle is with items that don't have a clear function, because you don't have a strong emotional attachment to your things. So asking an item how it feels seems really illogical to you and also really unhelpful. What you need is a clear direction with objective criteria. You love spreadsheets, you love checklists, and also you love clear goals. So a compass-led question sounds like, does this item help me achieve my goal of a 5-minute morning routine? This approach removes emotion and points you directly toward your goal of efficiency. And then finally, there is a sail. This personality type connects items through function and makes decisions with intuition. If you're a sail, you are a visionary who accumulates a lot because you see the future potential in everything. You never know when it might be useful. Your struggle is with anything that feels like baggage weighing you down from your next chapter. And a rigid system doesn't help you because you decide what to keep based on your gut, not a set of rules. So the core question for you is, will this be useful in my next chapter? Or does this feel like an anchor to a past I'm moving away from? This allows you to trust your intuition and release what doesn't fit the vision to your future. And so, this is where it all clicks into place. You can now see why a single one-size-fits-all method was destined to fail you. These popular systems are brilliant, but they are designed for a specific personality type. So we have the KonMari method with its deep emphasis on sparking joy. And it's a beautiful system for lanterns and also for anchors, because it honors the emotional, meaning-based side of decluttering. But if you are a compass who is strongly wired for function and system, being asked to feel for the joy in your socks will completely absurd and make you quit. On the other hand, strict minimalism is a perfect fit for a compass personality. It focuses on essentials, on practicality and function above everything else. It's logical, also it's rule-based. But if you're an anchor or if you're a lantern, a purely functional approach can feel cold and sterile and also emotionally brutal. And that always leaves you feeling like you're erasing essential parts of your identity. Your past struggles weren't a sign of weakness. They were a sign you were a lantern trying to use a compass. Which of these 4 organizing personalities resonates most with you? Are you an anchor, a lantern, a compass, or a sail? Let me know your gut reaction in the comments below. I would genuinely love to hear your insights. And to give you a definite answer, I've built a brand new app to help you discover your primary organizing personality. It takes just a few minutes to get a clear, actionable result that will change the way you approach your space forever. It actually will give you the clarity you need to finally start organizing in a way that feels natural to you. As always, you can find the link to use the app in the video description. Fundamentally, you are not messy. Full stop. You are not disorganized and you're not a failure. You've simply been trying to solve a complex emotional puzzle with a system designed for someone else's brain. The power to create a calm, organized home doesn't come from more discipline or a better set of containers or more containers. It comes from self-awareness. It comes from understanding your unique inner wiring and choosing the right framework for your personality. So, I would encourage you to take one small step. Look at one small pile of clutter, not the whole room, just one pile. And now that you have this lens, ask yourself, which personality am I bringing to this pile? Are you an anchor and it has meaning to you and you need a system to get it done? Or are you a lantern needing more quietness? A compass needing direction? Or are you a sail needing the freedom to choose? Download the app, discover your type, and start creating a system that works for you, not against you. Gaining this clarity is achievable for everyone, and I truly believe that this is just the beginning of your journey to a more peaceful home and a calmer mind. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.